It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
Hey kids, welcome back. It is more blood-sucking Vampire the Masquerade late night LA adventures brought to you by me. Last time I finished up basically all of the miscellaneous side quests that can be completed in Santa Monica, and we are done with Santa Monica, which means it's time to finally move on to the fabled Sabbat warehouse, where I can finally use this magical astrolight that I've been keeping for like 5 episodes now.
You ready to go?
Yeah, number 3. I'll have some questions for you when I get back. Pick me up at my haven after I sleep the day through, and then we'll go. Basically, that dialogue is there in order to prevent it so that this entire game feels like it's all taking place over the course of a single night. When designing this game, Troika wisely decided to go with the idea that they wouldn't have a day-night cycle, because in Vampire the Masquerade, vampires basically go to sleep during the day. Even if they don't want to, their unnatural state of being forces them to sleep during the day, and only immediate threats to their lives can awaken them. So if the game had a cyclical, day and night cycle, it basically just meant that when dawn approached, okay, stop what you're doing, go run back to your haven and sleep. Not very fun, and that's something that they will be continuing in the second game. It will all be at night. The downside to that system is this: it can cause the entire game to feel like it's taking course over a single night. So there's that stereotypical Japanese chord that plays when you kill someone with this weapon or the katana. So that's the way I said. So I've said before that Dominate can be used for stealth. And that's basically what you do. You command someone, they go to sleep, and then you stab them in the back. Let's get him. So that's basically how I'm going to get through this entire warehouse segment. If I was a more melee or violence aspected character, I could just, run through the entire place and kill everyone, but Squishy Tremere Wizard, if I try that, I'll probably die. So instead, we're going to sneak through. And I'm going to take the long way around because it's the safest. So in order to take the long way, remove that plank, watch its glitch as it tries to hit all of the collision objects in the game, get some blood from this bum. Fail to get blood from that bum. Get blood from the bum, and proceed.
Yo, what the fuck is going on here tonight? Marcus is all in everyone's face and shit.
Let's try and avoid those guys.
A new
So, something I want to talk about while I sneak around into the place where I need to plant the astrolites is,
I don't know. Marcus is
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order recently came out, and I want to talk about that, because I think it does some interesting things, or it has the potential to do some interesting things. So, it's come out, it's pretty good, a lot of people like it, a lot of people feel like it is the excellent story-based single-player Star Wars lightsaber game that we desperately needed, and haven't had for a long time, ever since LucasArts was destroyed. But like I said, it has the potential to do a really cool thing with the Force. But as it stands right now, the game is actually very un-Jedi-like with its Force mechanics. So the way it works is, you got a pool of Force powers, like you do in most games, and using Force powers depletes it. Okay, so far so standard. the game also includes a Dark Souls-like rest mechanic where when you rest at a checkpoint where you can also save. Actually, you can't save in Dark Souls, so it's a bit different from Dark Souls, but you can save at checkpoints and you can also rest, which replenishes all of your resources, all of your health, all of your healing potion things, your stims, as they call it, and all of your force powers. There's another way to replenish force powers, and that's by kicking the shit out of guys, which is a very un-Jedi-like method that encourages aggression. And that's just a problem that's always been in Star Wars. Star Wars at its core is always at war with itself when it comes to the Jedi, because on one hand the Jedi are supposed to be pacifists, but on the other hand lightsaber fights are cool, and Star Wars is also a kind of pulpy, swashbuckling adventure story. And the games themselves are like that too. I distinctly remember in Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Kyle Katarn telling you that, you know, you could use light and dark side powers. You could use Force Choke and Force Lightning. Just don't be a dick about it. So, yeah, Jedi are supposed to be pacifists, but we like it when Jedi fight. We like having gratuitous lightsaber fights, like in Star Wars Episode 1, where basically Darth Maul just shows up and he's like, "Hi, I wear black and have a red lightsaber. Let's fight." So, Jedi Fallen Order has a mechanic that encourages aggression and constantly killing guys when Jedi are supposed to be pacifists. No real way around that problem. But I was thinking, what if the game wasn't just pigeonholing you into being a Jedi? What if you had the options to be either Jedi or Sith? And each system, each Force, school had a different approach to the Force. Now, the Jedi are supposed to at least be pacifists, but the Sith are actually supposed to want to use violence. Well, I blew stealth. So, what I would suggest is, let's take the ability to be a Jedi and a Sith into a game that's like Jedi Fallen Order. If you're a Jedi, resting replenishes your Force points, and you get a much larger pool of Force powers. This is just ammo. I never needed to open that door. Alright, I think I need to go to that door. Or is that the way I came from? I'm completely turned around. No, I go this way. I go this way. Okay. Oh! That was the quick save button. Okay, so I lost my train of thought. What am I talking about? Right, Sith. So Jedi, you get a big power of Force pool. You have a big pool of Force power, and you replenish it by meditating. You know, like a Jedi would do. If you're a Sith, and your power comes from being basically a violent, aggressive asshole... Okay, that guy's running. That's bad. Then it would... Hey! Come back here. There we go. You would get your Force power back by doing the fighting, which is a playstyle that would encourage, being super aggressive and kicking ass and fighting all the time, which is what Sith do. So, whereas a Jedi playstyle would encourage, I wouldn't say pacifism, because you still wouldn't want that in a video game, or at the very least, if you make a video game that's mostly about, walking and not fighting, people say it's boring and mediocre. But with the Jedi, you would be more about using your Force powers quietly and reservedly, and only when it would be tactically available, not relying on the Force. Like a Jedi should do. The Sith, on the other hand, would be all about, just blowing shit up constantly with the Force. Oh, I screwed up. Hopefully we can... I'm not here. You didn't see me. Hey, plant bomb. Plant bomb. Plants bomb. There we go. And now run like hell. Anyway. But that's just a nitpick and a... Oh, Gangrel. Let's just run. If I had celerity, I would be running like crazy. But yeah, if you... Respawn, for a sequel for Jedi Fallen Order, you're welcome. That one's free. That one is free. As for what's going on in this game, I'm just gonna keep running. Bomb is planted, no need for stealth. Let's book it. Oh shit, he's back. Oh, he's got the power where his claws do aggravated damage. But I have the power where I kill you with blood. Nothing. I'm just going to freeze time and get some blood. Alright, I got 2 minutes left, but I'm almost done. That Gangrel could have killed me. I mean, aggravated supernatural damage is never good. But, yeah, we're done. We're done. We're free. Home free. We did it! As soon as you get here, the bomb goes off no matter how much time is left remaining. Oh, shit. It's that wolf!
The warehouse. Your handiwork, I presume?
Okay, what the? Are you a werewolf?
Not experienced much in the creatures of the night, are you? For future reference, you might keep in mind that werewolves aren't in the habit of introducing themselves.
No, he's not a werewolf. This is Beckett, ladies and gentlemen, an actual character from the Vampire the Masquerade canon. Beckett is another character that I love because he defies clan stereotype. He is a Gangrel. The stereotype of Gangrel is that they're basically murder hobos. But Beckett is the foremost scholar on kindred lore. The reason why his eyes are like that is because of the Gangrel clan curse. He had a frenzy one time, and it's now resulted in him permanently having wolf-like eyes, which is why he wears sunglasses at night. So, yeah, who are you, and why have you been following me?
I see my reputation, for once, does not precede me. My name is Beckett.
Yeah,
I
Beckett!
haven't been following you, per se. We've just coincidentally been at the same places at the same time, for different reasons. So sorry if I unnerved you. Tell me, have you by chance seen or felt anything strange since your embrace?
I have a sneaking suspicion that he has been intentionally following our character. He just doesn't want to admit it. Let's see, I saw a ghost at a local hotel.
A ghost? Quite ordinary. I generally pay wraiths no mind. All but a few are willing to give up their secrets.
See, this is how you know this guy is a real occult scholar, because he uses the true name for ghosts, wraiths. I met some kindred on the beach who didn't seem like kindred.
Thin bloods. They're a fascination of mine. They are considered a weaker, more human-like kindred, hence the name, Thin Blood. But they are sired same as any of us. I've heard a large concentration of them live in this city. They're one of the reasons I'm in Los Angeles.
The Santa Monica Baron has a split personality.
She's undoubtedly Malkavian. Or should I say, they are undoubtedly Malkavian.
Other than that, I haven't seen anything extraordinary. Well, I mean,
Most
I fought a
of my
Quajian,
contacts here report sensing something unusual.
but that's
in the night
optional,
air,
so that's why they don't
like
have
a
that
sense
there.
of dread or pressure. But I'm not a native to these parts, so I can't tell if it's irregular. And since you're still fresh, perhaps you're not attuned to it. Pleasure meeting your acquaintance, but there are rumblings for me to discredit. We shall, I'm certain, meet again. Or never again. Good night, young one. And be careful. You're very likely being hunted by the Sabbat.
Night, Beckett. Yeah, and then he just runs away. I like that. He's just like, alright, see ya. And then he's like, just runs off. Let's face it, there was no real, like, elegant way to exit that conversation. without it being awkward. Alright, what's up, Bertram?
Nice work, fledgling. I felt that explosion a mile away. It's all over the news, too. Man, there's gonna be some pissed-off Sabbat just howling for blood tonight.
Well, the Sabbat are howling for blood at, like, baseline. Thanks. Do you know someone named Beckett?
Beckett? Well, I know of him. Why?
I spoke with him.
No kidding. Huh. Must be something major happening if he's in town. Beckett is a historian of sorts. He's unearthed more vampire lore than anyone. Well, that's all Beckett does. Seek the truth behind our condition.
Well, okay, so I could... So, Bertram, his thing is that he knows a lot about vampires. Of course he does. He's a Nosferatu. Their whole thing is information trading. It's basically the niche they got for themselves. But I know a lot about Vampire the Masquerade lore, and if you guys are interested in learning more about Vampire the Masquerade lore, there's so many resources out here. So I'm not going to sit here and just ask him every single question about the clans. Even though it's fun because all of his answers are filtered to you from his perspective, so you're not getting an unbiased depiction of the clans. For example, when you ask him about the Brujah, he doesn't tell you the history of the Brujah, he just tells you his opinion about the Brujah. He has very low opinion of them.
You better get back downtown. Prince LaCroix is gonna want to hear all about this victory.
On my way. And so, with that, I have unlocked the ability to leave Santa Monica via a cab. I'm interested to see how we'll be able to move around the different hubs in Bloodlines 2. But I don't think it's good show to go before the prince starving. I could definitely take a snack before I go see him. Let's go. Huh, who's that guy? Hey buddy, do you want to have a conversation? Oh. Ugh, he vanished. He'd still be here. Yep, that was a Sabbat. Like Beckett said, the Sabbat are now watching me. Depending on... So, I'm not quite certain what power he used, and I was gonna use the rich guy one last time, but apparently he got his car finally towed. Oh yeah, this is a nice detail. After you break in Galerie Noire, the police have set up a investigation. I can talk to them, try and get in. So check this out.
Crime scene. Gonna have to ask you to step back, please.
Okay.
Crime scene. Gonna have to ask you to step back, please.
What's going on?
Some lunatic broke into the gallery and slashed up the paintings. Everyone's a critic these days, huh?
I hope they catch the guy, person who did this by now. Yeah, that line actually works better if you're playing a female character. Like, Guy is a... Basically, like, Guy is a non-gendered, can be used in a non-gendered way. I've seen girls call each other guys all the time. But if you're playing a female character, she'll say, well, I hope they catch the girl, person who did that. So it's a bit funnier when you accidentally incriminate yourself. Alright, so... I'm just gonna have to go back into the club for my blood doll. Hey! Let's go check in on the Baron of Santa Monica and see how they're doing.
I missed you. Did you miss me?
And by the way, when I say how they're doing, I mean that in the plural sense of the word, because they are two people in one body, rather than implying that Tourette is non-binary. She's definitely cis. So, despite Jeanette's heavy presence in the game's marketing, her role in the story is effectively over. And in fact, if I didn't get those two to make nice, Therese could have actually killed the Jeanette personality. So yeah, she's gone. Her role in the story is done. Pointless. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. That elevator ride took way longer than it should have, so I was afraid I was stuck in there. And, hang on. Yeah, they're not here. Oh well. Alright. Let's just leave then. I guess next time I come back to Santa Monica, I can drop in on them, see if they have any new updates on what they're up to. That's basically all they do now. You can occasionally come back to the asylum as you progress through the rest of the game and check in on how the Baron of Santa Monica is doing. But yeah, beyond that, we're done with Jeanette. We can literally never see her again. That being said, if you use the companion mod, you can make Jeanette a much more significant character by recruiting her as a companion to bring along on your adventures. Now we have unlocked a new hub to travel to, downtown. But first, we get interrupted by a cinematic. I get out of the cab, and then this guy bashes me over the head with a baseball bat, which I didn't see coming despite my having Auspex. Because Auspex is something you have to turn on.
Let's stake it and leave it out for the sunrise.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Think you could blow up our warehouse and get away with it? Ah, lick.
I like these guys. It's too bad that there's only 2 character models for the Sabbat vampires. So all these guys look the same. Ooh.
Boys, I think we could all use a little entertainment. Those of you sitting in the first few rows will get wet. Son of a bitch!
It's my boy Nines!
Leave.
There's 3 of us, Rodriguez.
Yeah. 3 of us.
What are you gonna do? Shoot us?
No, I have a grenade.
This ain't over. We'll find you. You too, Rodriguez. You're both dead. Nobody messes with the Sabbat and lives.
Keep moving. Trouble sure seems to like you.
Watch this guy.
Good effort.
Execution needs a little work.
Point blank shot from a desert eagle right in the heart.
Name's Nines.
Not even a vampire can survive that. You know, I'm not going to pretend like I could take those guys. I am a squishy Tremere, so thanks for the help.
Should have been more careful, newbie. This ain't the burbs.
I'll remember that. Or, I remember you from the court. Yeah, I'll say that one.
Kid, I got things to deal with. Why don't you pay me a visit at the last round tonight? I don't know what you've heard so far, but it's time you heard the real story.
I'll do it.
This is a mean existence. Stay out of trouble, kid.
I'll try. But I won't. In fact, this entire game will just be awkwardly stumbling from one trouble into the next until eventually I either succeed or kill myself. And I'm not talking about being embraced. I'm meaning how the first episode ended. Here we are, downtown Los Angeles, as viewed through the twisted lens of the World of Darkness. So the buildings are taller, the night sky is more oppressive, and some of the buildings are a lot spikier than they ever would be. Also, you know, like these gothic gargoyles. Los Angeles, more Art Deco than Gothic architecture or Neo-Gothic, because, you know, it sprang up mostly in the early 20th century. This is where LaCroix works, Venture Tower. I could go check in on LaCroix, but, you know, I've been wearing these same clothes throughout all of Santa Monica. And I've been walking through the Santa Monica sewers. They're probably filthy. I should go get a new outfit. And what better place to get a new outfit than from a fat guy who sells illegal goods out of a truck?
Player, what's the score? How they hang? Good evening and all that commotion. Welcome to Fat Larry's Trucker Mac, the only store for all your needs after 10 o'clock. I am the proprietor and salesman of the month several years in a row. The ladies call me, oh God, but you can call me Fat Larry with a F-A-T, cause I know I got a weight problem, I just don't give a fuck.
If I was playing a female character, he would say, you can call me Fat Larry with an F-A-T because there's more to love. So what you got in the truck?
Now, that is a legitimate question. But a better question to be, what
wouldn't
don't
it be
I got
downtown
in
LA
this
without
truck?
a random street
Because
mugging?
at Fat Larry's, my motto is, everything's got a price, but I probably know somebody who can get it anyway.
You gonna talk all night, or are you gonna sell me something?
Nah, that's what I like to hear. But it's like this. I save my best stuff for select clientele. Now, that don't mean I don't appreciate your business. It's just, business.
Okay, let me see the merchandise. Yeah, basically what that means is you can't get the really good stuff until you do a side quest for him. And $367? Alright, these clothes better be amazing. And I can't afford a fire axe for $307, but I can sell you a gun for $8. Shady underground business dealers. They always rip you off. Anyway, let's see how I look. Ah, that's that's much nicer. Much nicer. Now I can go see the prince. Oh wait, I got 5 experience. Not enough. I've got 2 dots in all of my disciplines, so I don't have enough. Yeah. I can definitely pick up the blood doll from that. That is not a church. I mean, it might have been a church, but now it's a dance club called Confession, which that's probably the most World of Darkness thing in this entire game. A church, a gothic cathedral that is now a nightclub. And what? Officer Chunk, what are you doing here, you fat sack of shit?
Look familiar, Chief. We haven't met before, have we? Oh, yeah, back in Santa Monica, right? Whew, I don't know what came over me back there, but now I got this sweet night shift position, and I'm happier than the time I met Supowitz. Well, enough about my lucky break. You, here to see one of the bigwigs, Chief?
Yeah, I'm here to see LaCroix.
Would that be Sebastian LaCroix of the LaCroix Foundation, or Dwayne LaCroix of Insurrection Baby Formula Company?
Sebastian LaCroix. You know, the guy whose name is
Mr.
in
LaCroix,
neon right behind
he told me
you.
to expect someone fitting your description sometime tonight. You go right on up.
Thanks.
Yeah, you have a good power meeting, or whatever it is you typed to up there. You need any security? Well, you just ring the front desk and ask for Officer Chunk. That's me, in case you were wondering.
Did you say Chunk?
Yeah, I get that all the time. The name goes back to my football days. Actually, my fantasy football days at the station. Stationarium. That was this office supply outlet mall I used to watch. Hey, you kids! No skating in the parking lot! That was me.
Yeah, bye. Oh, Chunk, your life is a pathetic joke, and possibly the best punchline to your life is if you are a female vampire and then seduce him, and then he falls in love with you, and then you keep blowing him off because he is Chunk and you are a vampire. This is LaCroix's penthouse suite. Very nice. He has an interesting taste in paintings. Almost all of them are about Cain killing Abel. Could you be any more on the nose, buddy? And then there's some portraits of French nobility. Alright, you know, because in case you can't tell from his name, he's French. Except his name is pronounced wrong. If he was legitimately French, his name would be pronounced Lacroix. Which I actually like that. You know, he's a fake prince, so he's a phony, so even his name is pronounced wrong.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building. Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes?
Yes, but...
Most excellent. I had no doubt you'd prove my decision a prudent one. I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel.
Here's where I can fuck over Mercurio for no personal gain for myself whatsoever. But I won't, because I'm a nice guy.
That is the answer I like to hear. You've done well, circumstances being what they were. I will admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand.
Yes, it was. It was a suicide mission.
A genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing, the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me?
I would say I have no choice.
Excellent. Were you by chance in the military at all? I was an officer myself, actually, in Napoleon's ranks. There have been whispers, rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it was on the news.
The police are investigating the Dane as we speak.
It actually was
Even
on the
the
news.
Nosferatu have little information on what's been found. However, the reason the ship has caused such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Ankaran sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture, so what I need is fact. And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature, and in no way relate to this Ankaran sarcophagus.
Okay, so what do I have to do?
Should I repeat myself?
Oops!
I do believe I mentioned the fact that I bent the delicate
That
laws
is
that govern our
not what I
society.
meant to say. Okay, so what do I do?
You have 3 objectives.
Sorry,
1.
pressed the wrong one.
I want you to examine
Accidentally
the sarcophagus
pissed him
for
off.
anything unusual. You may sense something peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in the city have reported an uneasiness in the air since the Dane's arrival.
Wow,
Do
that's
not,
just what
under
Beckett
any
said.
circumstances, open the Ankaran sarcophagus. Secondly,
Wait.
the police have begun
not
their
open it.
investigation. Find out
Where have I-
what they have concluded thus far. Thirdly, take the
coming
cargo
back.
manifest for the ship.
It's all coming
I want
back.
to find out what else it was carrying. The last thing we want is police aware of our existence, so be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood?
Yes.
Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez earlier. The man so does love to throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say?
You're a big fat fascist doo-doo head and I should punch you?
I see. Then, you should go humor the by-the-numbers rhetoric he's so desperately aching to spew. Oh, please, before the chance of fascist oppressor from that dive of theirs clog the air and choke the local kine.
Oh, I'll go see him right away.
Give the Anarch community my regards.
Okay. Alright, and that is actually a legitimate order. I can't advance the Elizabeth Dane plot until we go see the Anarchs at the last round, which is, I think this is the 3rd time we've been told to go see the last round. The first time was from Jackis during the saving our ass from the Sabbat, and now from LaCroix. So I guess we got no choice but to go visit the last round. But there was that riddle, you know? Mr. Strauss, the Tremere Regent, has invited you to his home in downtown Los Angeles. You need to find him. His invitation left a cryptic riddle which reads, "Dark blood or curse, I'll light this verse. Such power I sense in one so young. Come find me where burns the mystical sun." So, next time on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, we will be exploring downtown Los Angeles. Until then, don't get turned into a vampire.